Okay, so we've talked before about how the narcissist knows when you are about to jump on that hamster wheel and do everything and everything to get them back, right? Last video we talked about how they don't feel anything. They don't feel any pain. There's no way they can understand what you're going through, okay? What they do understand, they know this, they know it. They're going to, in those conversations where you're trying to have them understand where you're coming from, and we all say things just in a one-on-one coaching session the other day. Again, you guys know I'm doing that now. I hear it all the time, but just the other day, again, I heard, but why does he want to continue to do this? I told him how much it hurts me. Because they don't understand that. What they do understand is that you now, since they did hurt you and you had the talk and they're promising you they're going to get better, what they do know is how hard you're going to try to make them happy so they don't betray you again, so they don't stray again. They know it. They know you will do anything to get that feeling back. And I've heard people say to me in one-on-ones and in the comments, you guys know I'm doing one-on-ones, right? I made the announcement in communities tab. See the details if you want that. But I've heard people say right out, what is it that I have to do? What is it that I have to do to get back, like they've asked their narcissist that, to get us back to the beginning? What do I have to do? And in comes, and they love this. They love this. They're going to bargain with them. Well, I'll do this, this, and this. I'll stop doing this, this, and this. You and I can start doing this, this, and this. I'll even do this, this, and this. Now, that could be something you would never think that you would have done. And here you are bargaining it away, chipping away at yourself, promising them things that you don't even think you can deliver. But you're going to bargain with them and do everything. What does your new supply do? Oh, I'll do that. Where did you go with them? Oh, I'll go there. How do they dress? Oh, I'll dress like that. Think about how we, as a collective society, people that are, I don't like the word victims. I try not to use it because it's a trigger for some people, but that is what you are. We, the victims to these people with this disorder. Think about how we knock ourselves out. And I'm telling you right now, you got to be careful of this, because the more you chip away at yourself and bargain and do everything 10 times, tenfold to the infinity that you've been doing already, but I'm going to step it up. They don't care. They like watching you knock yourself out, because what that tells them is they bought themselves some time. She's not leaving yet. Oh, she's trying even harder. Oh, my meal was extra good tonight. Oh, the house is extra clean. Well, doesn't she look nice? None of that is going to prevent them from stepping out on you again or betraying you in whatever infraction they caused or did. What we do is not going to deter them from doing that again. It's not. I don't know how else to say that. It's just not. Boy, when you keep saying that over and over again, it sounds weird. It's not. But I want you to understand that, because as you are right now knocking yourself out, making breakfast, he could be in the other room texting somebody else. As you are right now getting ready to go out a night on the town, he could have arranged it so that another supply is in the place that you go that night. And they're going to make eyes across the room. You'll never know. As you are right now knocking yourself out to make sure the kids behave when he comes home from work, he's been up to no good all day on his phone. I just want you to see the big picture. I don't want you to assume that because you have now decided to work harder, that things will get better. They don't go hand in hand. You think they would. Why do we think that? Because in a normal relationship, they do, don't they? They absolutely do. They get better in a normal relationship, normal meaning non-disordered. You have two people, you've been having a problem, maybe communication was your issue, maybe time spent with each other was your issue, maybe forgetting to value each other was your issue. There's all kinds of issues people have in a union, and I've heard many of them. But here's the thing. When you're in a non-disordered relationship, a person who's healthy receives information like this. Oh, I didn't know I did that. Do I do that? Do I dismiss you? I didn't know that. You talk over me every time I talk. Really? I didn't know that. Honestly, I did not even realize that. I'm glad you told me. I'll pay attention. And in the future, if I'm doing that, I want you to tell me. I want you to tell me if I'm doing that, and I will stop immediately. I want you to point it out to me so I don't do it again. A narcissist isn't doing that. They're listening to you. They hear Charlie Brown's teacher, and they wait for a pause. And if you say, well, what do you think about that? What do you have to say? They'll feign I'm sorry. They can say the words. Don't let it trick you if they say I'm sorry, that they mean it. Well, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what you want me to say. What do you want from me? Okay, can we let it go now? Okay, you said what you had to say. We talked. Can we get it? You didn't talk. They didn't say anything. And you know it. And they will try to make you think, well, we talked already. Can't you let it go? Meanwhile, you're still knocking yourself out, and they know that you will. That's the kicker, is they know you will, because they will infuse into the conversation things that make you think you weren't doing enough. Well, why did you feel you needed to go spend time with that girl? Well, you make me feel emasculated. You make me feel not important. You make me feel... None of this is true, by the way. I'm not saying couples can't do that to each other, of course, but I'm saying, say this is what he says and none of it's true. Most of what they say is not even true. Or they'll take a vulnerability you have. Say you work 100 hours a week. You're a lawyer or something. They're going to, and he knows you feel guilty about that. They're going to use that. Well, you're never here. Don't even let them do that. And again, I've always said it. If there's things about yourself that you want to improve or whatever, you do that. But do not let them use what you might be vulnerable about, what you may have an insecurity about already, to throw back at you to make you suddenly feel bad. And now what? Maybe you're a really important person that works 100 hours a week and does something like, maybe you're, lawyer's pretty important, a surgeon. Teachers, to me, are the end-all angels of our society, and they put in, I know a lot of teachers, it's not a 40-hour work week. They're doing things on weekends. They're decorating their rooms. They're grading papers. They're coming up with curriculums. They're thinking of creative ways to reach these children. It is many, 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 many hours. So somebody comes at you and says, well, you like your kids more than you like me. That in somebody's mind that isn't solid and straight, now what? They're going to start neglecting their job. Why? To get on the hamster wheel, to provide more for you, to provide more time to you. They're going to cut off, leave school early so that they can cut. Well, who knows how it's going to affect them? Ignore grading papers on a Saturday because you want to do something. Like, it can really leak into our lives. Don't let it. They're counting on you jumping on that hamster wheel to save the relationship. Meanwhile, they haven't changed a lick, and they're still doing everything they did before your conversation, before the epiphany they pretend to have, before the therapy session in which I'm spitting. I get so upset because as people, we really get manipulated into thinking that we can do something or stop doing something or do something better to make them stop being mean to us. Them being mean has nothing, I can't say it enough, has nothing to do with us. It's a separate issue. They're mean to every person they're with. I've had people ask me in one-on-one coaching, but I just can't stand the thought that he's going to be happy with her. He's not. He has the same dysfunction. Meeting a new person isn't going to change that. And he tells you, well, I had a carefree weekend with that one. And so he comes home to you and you dump this new supply and you're going to work it out. So now you try to be carefree. You're not going to ask any questions. You're not going to... That just gives him license to do things without being checked. They're never going to stop behaving that they do, which is misbehaving. And they know you'll do anything to get that feeling back from the beginning. They know it. They count on it. They count on it. Please be cognizant of this as you go forward. I don't want you knocking yourself out for nothing. You stay exactly as you are. Improvement, self-improvement, self-evolution, that's within yourself. I'm all for that. I do it all the time. I'm going to apologize again for this full face of makeup. I'm practicing for a family wedding that's coming up. I think I said it in the last video too, but I can't get used to looking at myself. Like, that's a lot of makeup, you guys. But I just wanted to make this topic clear because I see it all the time. I see women especially feeling like, well, what else can I do? He can't just go off and be happy with her. I can be all that. I trained him. Now she's going to get the good version. She's not getting a good version. There's no good version. Look at me. I get so upset because I know how they manipulate you into thinking you can do better. And that's not the case. It is all on them, 100% on them. I don't care. You're saying, well, I did nag. La, 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 la. I don't care. I don't care. A non-disordered person would handle it in a much more healthy way. Please keep an eye on this and don't throw yourself back on that hamster wheel thinking you're going to save the narcissist. I'll see you next time.